Hello everybody, this is Derek Smith from Special Agent Combative System, and before I get started on today's topic, I want to just say that my heart goes out to the folks who were shot, many of them killed in Orlando, Florida in the shooting incident. Unfortunately, things like this is what makes what I do worth it, because I really feel that people need to be able to defend themselves and defend themselves effectively in certain situations. And unfortunately, as a special agent, you know, people would use guns and other weapons against us, so we definitely have to know how to protect ourselves. But with that being said, I want to talk about a friend of mine, a person who trained me many years ago, about his system, because it's a very effective system. I was sent to see a system by the Department of Treasury, and it definitely works. So I just want to talk about it. So I'm going to call this one is Target Focused Training Worth the Price. So I've been involved with real self-defense for over 30 years now. I've been a martial artist. I have multiple black belts. I've trained in about 9 different arts, have 4 black belts. I served in 3 military services. You probably know that: Air Force, Army, and Navy. And I was a special agent in 2 of those, and I was a federal agent with 4 agencies. So I know BS when I see it, and I know when something is good. So let me start by saying that a number of years ago, my agency at the time, the Department of Treasury, paid $5,000 to send me to a course that Tim Larkin, the creator of Target Focused Training, was teaching. Now, TFT is what Target Focused Training is called. You might have seen and heard of it. Let me say that with my martial arts training and my law enforcement background, I thought I had seen it all. You know, I heard a lot about the training and read a couple of Black Belt articles. Black Belt was an old magazine. I think Black Belt magazine might still be around, but it was the premier martial art magazine back then. So I had high hopes for the training, but I was thinking, what could this guy teach me in a week that I didn't already know I hadn't learned in many years of martial arts? I had heard all the special forces crap that they were talking about before, and you know, I had been disappointed. So I was waiting to see what this was going to be all about. Basically, I arrived at their facility and I saw folks of all type at the facility ready for training. So there were plain folk there, there were tough guys, there were wannabe law enforcement, maybe a couple of real operators like myself were there as well. So we got down to training, and when Tim came out, I have to say that I was impressed by him. You know, I'm 6 feet and I'm about 250. I wasn't that large then, but this guy dwarfed me. So that was a plus to me. Okay, I got a big guy there. You know, I won't be able to just toss him around or anything like that. But I wasn't intimidated yet, because I had thumped some big guys like him before. So let me tell you that when Tim began his training, I became a true believer. It was an incredible time, and I learned things about combat that I had never imagined. Now also, I loved when we put on some flak vests, and we went full power against each other in these flak vests. I mean full power. There was no holding back. Now we weren't punching each other in the face, but we were hitting each other as hard as we could with these flak vests on, using what we were taught. So there's just something about, you know, whooping some butt and taking a whooping that really proves that a technique works, that it's effective. Now the best thing about the program was that it was so easy to learn. By the time I left the training, I literally bought every tape and every book they had available, spending quite a bit of money. I still have probably about 40 or 50 of the tapes from the training downstairs in my basement right now. Okay, but I took home something of much more value to me. I thought it was great. You know, I was the National Defensive Tactics and Firearm Program Manager for the Department of Treasury at the time, Department of Treasury Inspector General at the time. And I took Tim's training back to our agency, and I incorporated what I could into our training. Now, we couldn't use everything, so I got to say, I couldn't show them everything for law enforcement, because there was a lot of lethal tactics involved in the training that they taught me. The training taught you how to finish, basically how to kill a person, but how to finish a person, because your life depends on it. Now, I say that because in the course, like I said, it wasn't made for law enforcement. It was meant for the street, and it was meant for life and death situations. Treasury would not allow us to do some of the stuff that we were taught, because there was no joke deadly. Okay, I truly became a much deadlier, to me, human weapon, capable of dealing with any, and I mean any situation, based on the training that I received from Tim. So was the training worth the $5,000 I paid for, plus the extra $1,000 I paid for the tapes and books? In my mind, indeed it was. No BS. Okay. What Tim teaches you can truly save your life in situations like what occurred yesterday in Florida. You know. Now, called the most devastatingly powerful, scientifically proven self-defense system in the world today, this target-focused training, or TFT, lets you quickly stop any attacker dead in his tracks by inflicting crippling pain from injury to easily damaged body parts using what he has as simple, intuitive movements you can instantaneously do, even if you're non-athletic or you're small or you're out of shape. Now that's very important to me, because in my special agent combative system, I like to use movements that are natural movements that your body can do naturally without a lot of practice. Okay, headbutts, things like that. So there's a lot of natural, intuitive movements built into target-focused training. Now, its uniquely effective methods that they have, which employ violence as your ultimate survival tool, are simple and easy to master, yet they are so devastatingly effective at close combat that they're used by military and then used by government agencies alike. You know, when I was training down there, like I said, there's some operators down there, and I know that Tim trains a lot of guys who are in the industry. For nearly 20 years or so, Tim has been well known in the self-defense and close combat training world. He's been in Black Belt Magazine and a lot of other magazines training, you know, where you can see him train. And he's also been under the radar, training under the radar techniques to ordinary folks like you. He's the guy that operators like the U.S. Navy SEALs, Army Special Forces, U.S. Border Control call in behind the scenes to teach them when it's kill or be killed situations that they might be in. Now, during the last 20 years, he's trained not only these elite military forces and law enforcement units like mine, but corporate and civilian clientele in New York, Las Vegas, London, and other cities all around the world, using a combination of live training sessions and his DVDs that he sells. Now, Tim is also a sought-after public speaker. He's spoken to CEOs, government officials, business leaders in over 40 countries on how to use the same principles of surviving life or death violence like that we saw yesterday in the less life-threatening environment of business. Okay. Now, Tim is the co-author of a best-selling book called How to Survive the Most Critical 5 Seconds of Your Life. Okay. And also the highly acclaimed online newsletter he has called Secrets for Staying Alive and Rules Don't Apply. And I got information about that down below, so you can go down and take a look at that. Now, if you want to learn no-nonsense, real self-defense that's going to save your life and the lives of your loved ones, then you want to pick up Tim's course, Human Weapon TFT, because it's really the real deal. Okay, coming from a federal agent of 18 years, I can tell you it's the real deal. I know, because I consider myself the real deal too, and I taught it, as I said, to agents at the Treasury Department. And it won't cost you anywhere near what I paid for to get it either. You won't pay $6,000 like I paid to get this. So if you truly want an amazing experience, you should check out Tim's live training, like I did, to put on those flak tip vests and things like that. I don't know if he's still doing that, and really go at it full speed. Will show you that these techniques really work. If you can't do live training, then you definitely want to pick up his DVDs and learn how you can save your life so you won't be a victim in this same type of terrible situation. Now, again, it's well worth the money, and if you catch it at the right time, he gives good discounts to go along with it if you hurry. So go down there, check out the link that I put in for you, check out some of Tim's training. Tell him Derek sent you from Special Agent Combatives, okay? See if I can arrange a nice little discount for you. But anyway, this is Derek Smith from Special Agent Combative System. Check out my systems. Go on my website. I have videos for you. I have a free 10-lesson video that could possibly save your life if you go over to my website and get it. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Derek Smith. I have over 20 years as a government federal special agent, and now I bring that experience to you at home in my Special Agent Combatives program.